like you are the reason why this society is falling apart. It's a lot different for dudes than it is for chicks, man. Most people don't understand that. Because once you get rid of those types, they're like a cancer. Bro, get up off my tail, homie. This impatient guy in front of me right here, I don't blame him for getting mad, though. These two people right in front of us are super slow, blocking off the road. That fool's frustrated as hell. I feel you, bro. It's the same guy that was riding on my bumper. I was like, bro, I'm already going 80, homie. And it's just like with society as a whole. You get rid of the cancers, you remove them, and everybody flourishes. Everybody is inspired to be like each other, to work hard, to thrive, and it's just, and everybody benefits from it. And you should reward those, give them an incentive to work hard. You know what I mean? Instead of all this just base pay, where the lazy people get paid the same thing as the hardworking people. It's ridiculous. Like, dude, society isn't that hard to fix, man. It really isn't. It's just basic things. It's like, I was listening to this podcast while I was working too, and it's something I've been saying forever, dude, but he worded it in a way better way than I could. And he was talking about how what freedom from religion means, you know, in the context of when the Constitution and all that stuff was written, it wasn't talking about all these other religions at all in the context. It was talking about Christianity, different doctrines and theology within Christianity, and that the government couldn't control what you believe, and the church couldn't control politics. But everybody was under the understanding that everybody were Christians then. So like a Catholic dude couldn't punish a Protestant dude, you know, because of the way he believes and so on and so forth. They weren't talking about letting in Hindus and Muslims and all this other stuff, dude. They were our enemies. They still are our enemies. They treat us like our enemies while we treat them like they're our friends. You do not let people into your country that have different cultures than you, different beliefs than you. Especially if they're not willing to assimilate. Get off your phone, lady. Put some pep in your step. Right over here in the shade. I could probably make that, but I ain't gonna chance it. Dude, be patient, Holmes. I am not in the mood. You don't want to find that out. But that's what that meant, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real simple. Society is deliberately being destroyed right now. Like all of these problems that we have, the cultural problem, the immigration problem, pretty much the genocide of white people, the replacement, you know, that's one of the major things. And then the other one is feminism. It's all around us and everything. It's like it's the air we breathe. That's how much we've been just engulfed in it. You do away with all of that stuff. You get women out of the workforce unless it's a job like being a nurse, you know, those type of things. They shouldn't even be teachers at all anymore either, dude. We're too corrupt to have them as teachers. You need men in there to lead and to teach right now. And maybe when society gets a little bit better or something, then you can, you know, have the old school lady teachers like what we grew up with. But like, you get that out. You get them out of the workforce, get them back in the house. Of course, they could. Some could be secretaries, all the those type of jobs, but they shouldn't be in places of power. They shouldn't be voting. All of that stuff. It's real simple. You get all the people that don't belong here out of here. You outlaw all these anything other than Christianity. And anybody that says Christian nationalism isn't good or a problem is a moron. You've been brainwashed to believe that. You're an idiot, straight up. If you're a Christian, you know what I'm saying, and you're against that, you're a moron. You're an absolute moron. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and start doing some inventory on what you really believe and why you believe it. Because all you're doing is contributing to your own destruction. You outlaw porn, all this other nonsense, all this propaganda that they put through Hollywood and all of that stuff. Everything is it's real simple, basic things. All you're doing is resetting the clock back, dude, to what we did before, to what works. But it's deliberately being done. You get the cancers out, then you're able to heal, and then you're able to thrive. You get rid of no-fault divorce. The only law of the land should be biblical. It should be based on all biblical things, which the Constitution was at first. However, back then there was still a lot of Catholic influence because they're the ones that done away with the law in the Bible. Not Jesus, not anybody else. The Catholics did. And for whatever reason, a lot of you, because I guess you grew up to believe that, you still want to believe that. And you know in your heart that it conflicts with everything you read. You know it deep down. You just don't want to admit it because it goes against your theology. But you know that to be true. That's how I came to realize it. I was like, dude, this stuff conflicts. And I hear all of the arguments of trying to, the mental gymnastics that you have to try to make that fit, and it still doesn't fit, Dude, we need men to step up and be men. And then also the churches, too. Throw out all of these soft people out of the church. They need to stop marketing it towards women and worrying about attendance. They need to be doing their jobs and actually being shepherds. Shepherding the community where they're at. You see somebody having a problem, you go and you confront them. What's going on, man? Is there a way we can help? You need to talk about something, what's going on in your life right now? You know what I mean? You get all of the feminist, poison-brained pastors out of there. If they teach that Jesus was a soft, meek guy, that just was all hippied out and that's not who Jesus was whatsoever. Jesus was a warrior. Dude, it's crazy what they've turned him into, man. If they teach that Christianity is not a warrior-like religion, they gotta go. They gotta go. And if you guys are actually in a church right now, seriously, and they're teaching that soft Jesus stuff, you should probably get up and leave, dude. I'm telling you not to abandon the church or be around people, but at least keep that in your head, man, and try to speak up about it, dude. And pull up, historical facts and stuff about Christianity and what he's actually teaching in the Bible and the things he said. Because in your heart of hearts, you're wrong on that one too, because Scripture conflicts with that. Yes, he was very forgiving. He did everything righteously. But he showed anger. He showed discipline on people. He snapped on people. He raised up the rod. You know what I mean? You guys turn this into a big old soft, gay, feminized religion. It's gross. You let the women just take over everything, dude. And they tamed you. And that's why I can't shut up about that stuff, you know what I mean? I want to go harder on that stuff, but I'm not operating from the right, place right now because of my personal situation. So I'm kind of I'm not hitting the gas, but I'll still speak up what I believe, you know, and I'm not going to shut up about that. I'm telling you, man, time is drawing more near where men are going to have to get more dangerous, and they're going to have to be ready to face the fact that we might end up getting killed for our beliefs, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, we may have to be put in a position where we're going to end up having to be martyrs and I'm not saying some grandiose way or anything like that, but even in a minimal way, like you might lose your jobs, you might lose your marriage. There's a lot of things that might happen. You might go to jail for standing up for what's right and for what's real, dude. It's like, how much are you going to let them corner you and take everything away from you and strip you down and make you the enemy in your own country, in your own home? And then by time, because you guys are waiting for something big to happen. But by the time that happens, you're going to be so overpowered. Like we pretty much are already almost, dude. Like once they got this whole AI thing going on and they built this whole prison for us, there's going to be no fighting back. You're not going to be able to. Because then they don't have to worry about people rebelling because everything is going to be automated through AI. Robots and crap like that, you know what I mean? We need to really get in prayer and find out what it is that God has called us for and what He has us planned for. I don't know what my mission is yet. I'm still trying to find out, man. I pray every day about it. What is it, God? You know, I don't want to put thoughts in my head and my own feelings and think that they're His, you know, because I think that this is a good idea or, you know, it has to be from God, whatever it is He wants me to do. Just like with anything, I'm praying right now because of the situation I'm in with this whole trying to get stability in my life now. After having the rug pulled from underneath my feet financially. And in every other kind of way. And it's like, God, open the doors that need to be open and close the doors that need to be closed in every aspect of my life. Whether it's financial, job security, women, you know, it's all while we're having to battle our flesh at the same time and make wise decisions and not to give into our carnal urges and stuff like that. It's crazy, man. There's so much that we have to face right now. And I can sit here and talk about it day in and day out. And there's a lot of people, dude, that got mad followings and stuff. And they say some good stuff. It's finally, because some of the censorship has been lifted, there are people that are actually speaking up now. They were a little late to the game, you know what I mean? But hey, man, as long as they got a big following and as long as they're saying the things that should be talked about, then that's cool. I'm on board with that. I don't need the credit from that or any of the other OGs that have been hammering this out for years. Who cares, dude? As long as it gets done, dude. That's all I care about, dude. But people like me and those people, you know, that are out there doing that now, we can sit there and say it all day long. But if everybody's too cowardly and doesn't want to make any changes in their life or step up and stand on their own 10 toes, you know, it's not going to do us any good anyways. I mean, I guess it does because you're planting seeds. But, whew, boy, it's really simple, man. If we want to get back on track, you stop being soft on the animals. Like, and believe me, I know I grew up around police brutality and had my butt beat and all of that stuff. Unjustly, too. I used to be a mean old anti-cop dude because of that. Because I grew up in the era where that kind of stuff went down. But it's totally flipped. It's inverted now. It's so inverted. Like, and all of the body cams and stuff that you see, you know, they show that too, man. They show that a lot of these people that do need to get their butt whooped or whatever, They had it coming, you know? But you got to get rid of the monsters, the cancers in society. And this is coming from somebody that's, you know, that's been an outcast and lived on the outlaw style of life, you know what I mean? And when I say outlaw, I'm not talking about the about the MC, dude. But shout out to them, dude, you know what I mean? They're cool people. They've been cool with me since I've been out here, so. But when I mean outlaw, it's just somebody that's lived, you know, in the streets and all of that. I mean, I've been in and out of county jail for a good part of my youth, you know? And they were always trying to get me to go upstate. And they almost had me a few times, too. I had to go to trial and stuff, and just by the grace of God, because like I've said 1,000 times before, if I would have went up there, I would have never made it out, dude. Because the politics and everything, and who I'm related to and who I run with and stuff, and even me trying to stay out of it, they were trying to keep me in the mix, trying to groom me and all of that. And just by being a natural leader and stuff, you're expected, you know, to do stuff. But just by the grace of God, I you know, was able to leave that and stay out of there, dude. And that's coming from somebody who comes from that side of life, you know, at a young age. I haven't been like that in mad years, you know, but I still haven't conformed to what you call a normal person, or I may not look that way, even though I might be way morally more righteous than the person that looks normal, but they're really a scumbag in their heart. Because there's a lot of those out there. They look like normal people, act like normal people and everything, but they're cheating on their wives, or, you know, stealing and you know, it's just, this world is so damn corrupt, man. And I feel bad for the guys that are stuck in marriages. And when I mean stuck, I don't mean like abandon your marriage, you know. You just need to step up and be a man and win it back, you know. You got to fight for your wife against feminism and all these social Marxism, all these things that are trying to poison her brain and turn her against you. Because your kids are going to suffer for it. Your marriage is suffering from it. You're suffering from it. Inside, you feel helpless. You know this doesn't sit right with you. That's why you're probably arguing all the time. But they're going to gaslight you and make you out to be the bad guy because society agrees with they're the ones that gave them that point of view. And when you speak up and try to do things from a biblical perspective, then all of a sudden you're a misogynist and controlling and, you know, narcissist and all these other things. And those are the labels that they're going to throw on you just for speaking the truth and want to do things the right way. But I feel bad for you dudes that are stuck in that, man. I really do, and I'm praying for you guys, man. I hope you win back your marriage and you gain the control where the power rightfully should be. And it's crazy how they make, like, just hearing those words coming out of somebody's mouth, it makes you feel like it's something bad. That's how much they condition you. Words like power or submission and this and that, like it's a bad thing. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. If the man isn't the head of his house and submitting to God, your kids are going to suffer for it too. And they're watching the dynamics in your own home. Your kids, the way they become is going to depend on how the wife treats her husband. If she treats him like he has the authority, he is the man, and she's submissive to him, they're going to come out all right. I guarantee you that. But if it's argumentative and combative, and they know, because they can tell who had the real power dynamics. They know who's really in charge. You know what I'm saying? They can see it. They're watching mom. They're seeing what she's doing. They'll know whether she respects her husband or not. We just need to get back to basics, man. We really, really do. Because this problem that we're having in this country, and in our own homes, in the churches, and in society. It's not that hard to fix. It'll just look real ugly at first, because war is always ugly. You have to fight against the resistance, those that are resisting you. You got to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna look rough at first. It's just like with ICE getting rid of all the immigrants and stuff like that. People don't like the optics of it, but hey man, it's not pretty, but it needs to be done. You shouldn't give in to what they're saying and go soft about it. You need to double and triple down and go even harder until people get the point. This isn't stopping. This is what's happening. You don't like it, too bad. That's authority right there. And it's righteous authority. That's what happens when men are in charge. Things get done. But that's not going to happen if you're operating under a gynocentric society. Us men need to step up and get things done, man. And I'm speaking to myself. There's areas in my life where I'm slacking myself, dude. So don't think I'm up here on my podium trying to say that I know everything and got everything right. I don't, dude. Whatsoever. But I'm talking generally, looking at the big picture of things. These things are simple. There's a lot more detailed things and inside of each one of these issues that you're going to have to deal like on a micromanaging scale where it's but all that stuff comes afterwards. All the stuff I'm talking about is simple on a macro level. And it sucks too, because a lot of the boomers and older Gen X, man, they're still brainwashed. And they're never going to shake. They're never going to shake the indoctrination that we were beaten with our entire lives. Anything outside of that is so foreign to them and feels wrong. It's just like the church thing. They think that Jesus was some soft pushover dude that just let things happen, dude. It's far from who he was. But a lot of these things are being talked about more. And one of two things are going to happen. Either we actually step up and do something, because nobody's coming to save us, dude. It's us that have to step up and do something. There's not going to be some special force that comes in and make things right. The government isn't going to do it for you. They're part of the problem. Voting isn't going to work. That whole system is rotted to the core. And it doesn't matter what your political beliefs are. And if you even identify with the left or anything like that, man, it's like, I don't even know what to say to you. I mean, if you're somebody I know and stuff, I love you, and I'm not going to give up on you, but like, you're totally brainwashed, dude. You need to wake up. Because the problem is, it's a lot deeper than just left and right. I mean, if you're anything left of right, there's an issue. There's something wrong with you. You know what I mean? Like, but within all the right wingers too, they're lefties and they don't even realize it. All these fake politicians and stuff posing as, it's just wild, man. All they care about is money, man. As long as them and their family are doing okay, that's all that matters. And that's how society is now. As long as I got mine, and they pull the ladder up from underneath them. Doesn't matter if society's decaying all around them. Anyways, I better get in here. I'm here at Sam's. I gotta go grab some waters and some coffee and get home and start putting down be more organized. I need to be more organized. I need to write some things down and pin them to the wall. And I need to get back to how I was before I got married, where it's all militant, the way I do everything. I'm so mixed up right now. It's I got to get my own affairs in order. I'm just out here drifting off in space, lost at sea, man, and it really sucks, dude. Like I said, man, if I was financially stable in that area, I'd probably be doing a whole lot better right now, mentally and emotionally, as I wouldn't have all this extra added on worry. I would just have to deal with the heartbreak of, my divorce going on and everything. But I better get in there, man. You guys have a blessed day.